How would you like to be remembered in terms of your legacy?
Someone who always thought of the country and someone who wanted to win the World Cup for the country and never gave up. It did take some time, but eventually I kept chasing my dream. I never gave up. That was very, very important to me because it all started in 1983, that journey. And 2011 was the best cricketing moment of my life. And that's how, I would want them to remember me, that someone who wanted to win the World Cup for the country. When I started playing cricket, it was a common kit of our club, Kamath Memorial, which belonged to Achrekar sir. And
So the entire team shared that kit.
yes, I mean, there were about, I think, at least 80, 90 boys who shared few bats and few leg guards and
Pads and things,
gloves,
pads well.
everything we had to share. So we did that, and then when I started to play seriously, earlier it was only for, those couple of months, summer vacations were there, and how do I spend my time? I thought it was the best thing that happened to me because my brother felt that I could go and play cricket, join summer camp for a couple of months at Achreka sir's net, and then we see where I go from there. In those 2 months, a lot of things happened to me. I felt somewhere my energy was channelized, and then I changed the school. My brother was the one who told my father at that stage that now he cannot use common kit.
This was what, when you were 10 or 11?
I was 11. And he said, he told my father that now that he has decided to play cricket seriously, he has to have his own gear, a proper bat that works for him. And the bat was slightly on heavier side. So there were a number of senior players who were eyeing my bat. I had to guard my bat 24/7. But leg guards, everything, the brand new kit got me excited, gave me that energy to go out and try even harder. I could see the smiles on their faces. Just now, the kids who received kit bags, because each container is going to have multiple kit bags. We'll come to
Right,
that in
right.
time to come. But when I got my kit, I was super thrilled. There were a number of guys who helped me in my school days. Hemant Vaingankar was one of the guys who was instrumental in giving me the scholarship in school days.
This was
Mafatlal,
Sungrace,
Sungrace
Sungrace
Mafatlal
Mafatlal, right.
sponsored my kit. So every year I got a free kit which was sponsored by
They realized very
Sungrace
early that there was a
Mafatlal.
genius here to support.
Then, of course, another dear friend of mine, Avi Kadam, who who got me in touch with Vampire and then other brands in India, SS, SG,
Which was the
Larsen, so
first
all
bat you
these
used?
guys. So
Which
they were
week?
all providing us free kit, which really helped. So at this stage in my life, I would be failing in my duties if I did not remember their names and the help that they extended.
Right, right. So which was the first bat you used? What make?
The first bat which I owned was Simon's, which was my bat, but my brother's bat was BDM. I also played with BDM later on in my career, so he was one of the guys who also helped me.
So initially, everybody, all young cricketers, they look for a bat. But I'm sure there must have been a time when you're also looking for spikes and things. Was it difficult to get at that time, spikes?
They were difficult to get. In fact, just 3 days ago we launched Praveen Amre's book, and
Yeah.
the first quality pair of shoes were given to me by Praveen Amre. उसके पहले तो सिर्फ देखते थे, पहन भी लिया था उनके वजह से. So I whenever I meet Praveen and then we are spending enough time with each other, then we talk about those school days and the first pair that Praveen gave me.
Yeah.
He had gone with the under 19 Indian team to Australia,
Yes, yes.
and from there he carried that pair for me, which I used during my
This
school.
was what, 1988, 89? Around
Yeah, I think about 87 or so.
87-ish.
Yeah.
Story.
So somebody asked me कि ये straight drive के पीछे क्या राज है, and I couldn't think of any answer. But I remembered my childhood days where, there were tall buildings on both sides of our pitch. And the main gate was possibly further than where these chairs are, maybe 20 yards further. And we scored a boundary only if the ball crossed the main gate and it was only straight. Anywhere else, one had to run and score runs. But straight drive would give you a boundary without running. And if you hit the ball in the air, both buildings, if the ball hit top of the first floor, then the batter was out. So I practiced hitting straight without touching the building. And somehow that became a habit, which indeed worked well for me because I remember a number of senior players, including my coach, telling me that there is one spot where there is no fielder, which is right behind the bowler. Hit the ball behind the bowler and you'll score runs.
So you actually scored by hitting boundaries and refusing to run.
No, I would save that energy for not many other things because I was full of energy. I was a bit of a difficult kid to manage. I don't know how my parents kept patience, but I had a lot of energy, and that energy was channelized when I started playing
I
cricket at
think you
Shivaji
should
Park.
tell Dravid that if he needs to improve the straight drive of some cricketers, bring them to the colony where you played.
Zero on its own is not good. Zero with a partner is good. So
Yeah.
here we are, into this partnership. So, you know, to achieve multiple things, whatever the numbers that you've spoken. If there wasn't a non-striker, it would never have happened. And here we have, I mean, two batters who can go out and score something which the country can be proud of.
So well said. But tell me, despite having every time you go take guard, mark your guard at the crease, are you anxious when you're on zero? Are you apprehensive?
I like to believe that whoever says I'm not anxious when I'm on zero, we need to double check them. A batter likes to get off the mark.
Yeah. So there is that urge to get
Sometimes
off.
sometimes it takes longer than one expects. You have to play few dot balls and respect the bowler. But every batter likes to get off the mark.
Thank you all. Sachin and Kevin, may I request you to join me on the stage now?